y'all. I'm back with a little story time, y'all. Definitely have to tell y'all this one. This is the time where one of the employees at my job helped a robber steal, y'all. So boom, let's go and get into it, because this one was crazy. I had to write this down because I'm really trying to make sure I don't miss a beat. The crackhead activities was crackhead activity and like real bad. At that job, period, it was just always stuff happening, like mad stuff for no reason. Disclaimer, this was a couple years ago, or a few years ago, I should say. So it's been a nice little minute. When I was working at a Walgreens, y'all. When I first started working there, I got interviewed by the assistant store manager. She told me, come in, do your thing, because there's room for growth within the company. We won't hesitate to go ahead and promote you. Okay, cool. It was like whatever year it was like the end of the year. So I started mad late. It was probably like November or something. So I start and everything, and I come in, I'm doing my big one. I'm doing my shindig, popping my stuff. I'm doing my job and doing it well.
Nothing else to say, like, period. Period. Period.
But it was just like a regular, like, associate, like, doing cashier stuff, all that other little stuff that they'll have you do. A month and some change went by. I went out of town or whatever, and I get a call. I don't remember if it was from the assistant store manager or the store manager, but it was one of them. They called me like, we want to promote you to a manager. You ain't said nothing but a word. I'm like, really? Me? Little on me? No, for real though. I'm like, all right, cool. That's what I was wanting to do anyways. I finally get back from being out of town, and that's when I go ahead, I jump into the position. I'm getting my training, doing everything I need to do. Y'all, it was people who was mad at me for getting the position because I had only been there for a little over a month. And it was some people who was there for a little bit longer than I was. So they was pissed. But what could I say? It's the way you act. Because the way I act got me a promotion, okay? They wasn't playing by me. So like I said, I did my training and everything. Got that over with. And like they started me off with like the opening shifts and midday shifts, just to get a feel for what I'm gonna have to do. Everything was going smooth. Everything was cool, fine and dandy, right? Eventually, they started having me do closing shifts. Closing shifts wasn't my favorite because this all happened in Wisconsin, Milwaukee at that. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Being outside at night is kind of crazy. Like, it's really not my vibe, but I was a manager. I had to do what I had to do. It was always one girl, y'all. It was one girl who nobody at that store liked. I don't know what they beef was with that girl. I think she was there before me. I don't know what their problem was with her, but nobody liked the girl. Like, they dead could not stand her. They didn't talk to the girl like that, and if they did, it was mad disrespectful. It was just too much for me. I'm the type of person, I'm not finna be doing all that with nobody because another person doing it. Like, that's just not me. That's not my vibe. So I'm like, all right, I'm just going, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be cordial with everybody. That's just how I am. I was on some cool, chill stuff. Like, I wasn't the one to press you about dress code, being late, none of that. I just wanted you to do your job so I could do mine. That was literally it. And even if you wasn't, that's not on me. I was the type, I was cool and laid back, but I was gonna write you up. Like, and it wasn't finna be no hassle. It's not gonna be no beef. It's all love still. I'm just not finna, you know what I'm saying, be doing all the extracurricular activities. Do your job, help me do mine type thing. That's the type of vibe I was on. At the time, I was only like 18 when I had that position. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody feeling like I'm letting my title go to my head. Like, a job is a job. A manager, I was a manager, but in my mind, it's just a job. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get my check, keep it pushing. So I ain't want nobody to feel like I was trying to act like I was top dog around here or nothing like that, because that's not me. I wanted everybody to still feel like, we all cool, calm, and cordial. I didn't look at them no lower than me. I didn't look at me no higher than them. We all had a job to do. when I was closing, it will always be, or for any closing manager, it's like a list of stuff that the store manager or assistant manager might give you that need to get done. So the way that I would try to give everybody their tasks that they did not mind doing. For example, if somebody didn't mind cleaning, I'm gonna have them like sweep the floors, do the mopping, have them do that. So I would try to give the task to people that they would not mind doing, type of thing. That's the way I like to organize it, because then I don't have to worry about doing the bickering and the back and forth to get you to do nothing, because it's already something you don't mind doing. I would have the girl on my shift who nobody did not care for. Or I'm not gonna say nobody. I didn't have no problem with the girl. So I'm gonna just say that the other folks they didn't like the girl. So we're gonna call her D. She used to always say that her mama worked at corporate. So people would say little slick stuff here and there, but they wouldn't pick with her too much because they didn't want their job to, you know what I'm saying, be snatched from them because her mama worked at corporate. On my shifts, she always wanted to be cashier. I ain't had no problem with that. I'm like, okay, cool. Fast forward, some time had went by. As I'm closing, me and other managers noticing like every night we counting drawers, taking the drawers out, the drawers coming up short. So we like, what's tea for real? What's going on? What's happening for real?
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
We all trying to figure out what's going on, because we used to have to do pickups, which is like when the cashier, I think it was anything like a $20 bill or more, they used to have to do what we call drops. I'm doing all the, the pickups from the drops. I'm not understanding what's going wrong. One thing about me, I'm cold with the math. I mean, wicked. So I'm like, bro, I'm mathing the math and it's just not mathing. Like the mid shift people, they would count the drawers before they left, and they sitting there noticing something off too. So we just couldn't figure out what it was. So, and I don't know if it was only happening on my shift, but that was the only time I heard of it, at least. If it was happening on other people's shift, I ain't know nothing about it. For a minute, they thought I was the one finessing, and I'm like, bro, it's never that deep to me. Like, what kind of dummy do you take me for? At the end of the day, it was cameras in the office too. So it's like, at what point will I have had the time to steal the money? Be so serious.
I was like, but duh! Duh! Okay? Duh.
So eventually, we just continue counting the drawers, as the time go by, we still noticing they off, but we don't know why. So fast forward some more, and it was one night, it was me, the assistant store manager, this other manager, which y'all, she was stealing too. And that was the thing about it. She was stealing. The assistant store manager knew she was stealing, and store manager, along with pretty much everybody else, knew she was stealing. And they was just letting her steal, y'all. But I guess that ain't my business, girl. I guess.
None of my business. It's none of my business.
So yeah, it was all of us, and then it was it was one of the associates, one of the cashiers in the office. We all in there, we key, we minding our business, talking, laughing, cooling. They counted some of the drawers, getting ready to go ahead, put them up for the night, whatever. So all of a sudden, the cashier or somebody turns towards like the monitors that was in the office to where we could watch the cameras. They turn to the monitors like, what are they doing? Y'all, why the cashier standing back at the register, like hands up like this? We like, what the hell going on? Boom. All of us rush out the office because we like, what's going on for real? Like, she dead, just standing there, standing back, letting whoever take all the money. So we like, what even is that? So boom, we all go up there. We asking her like, bro, what's wrong? And mind y'all, we used to have to wear earpieces. So it was an earpiece and this little thing that you have to like attach to your little work outfit, I guess. And if anything was happening, you could leave messages on that thing. You could like use it essentially like a walkie-talkie. Like you could talk to other people. So we like, if something going on, why you ain't tell nobody? I don't want the video to be mad long. So I might have to do a part 2. Comment down below if I should drop part 2 to this story time. because it was just, the whole thing was ghetto, y'all. So yeah, until next time, y'all.